Ever feel like everyone's speaking a secret language called code? Maybe you've seen those headlines. 70% of the fastest growing jobs want coding skills. It's not just a rumor, it's the reality of 2025. But don't panic, this isn't just for Silicon Valley geniuses anymore. Coding is like learning any new language. It takes time, but it's doable, and I'm here to guide you. In today's video, we're breaking down coding for absolute beginners. No tech jargon, no confusing fluff, just a clear path to get you started. We'll cover the best languages for newbies, the essential tools, and strategies to make learning actually fun. Whether you're dreaming of a career change, want to build your own app, or just want to understand what all the fuss is about, you're in the right place. Okay, so what's the big deal about coding? Think of it like this. Coding is the engine driving pretty much everything around us. From the AI that recommends your next binge-worthy show, to the smart devices in your home that might be spying on you. Just kidding. Mostly, to the blockchain tech behind, well, everything these days. It's all powered by code. It's not just about tech companies anymore. Every industry is becoming a tech industry. Hospitals need coders to manage patient data. Fashion designers use code to create 3D prototypes. Even farmers use code to optimize crop yields. The demand for people who can speak this language is skyrocketing. And it's not just about getting a job. It's about empowerment. Imagine being able to build your own solutions to problems, automate boring tasks, or create something totally new and amazing. Learning to code isn't always rainbows and unicorns. There will be moments when you want to throw your computer out the window. Please don't do that. Computers are expensive. We've all been there. That's where the right mindset comes in. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall. You're going to wobble. But you get back up, you try again, and eventually you're cruising. Coding is the same. Embrace the growth mindset. See mistakes as learning opportunities, not failures. Every bug you fix, every line of code you write, makes you a better coder. Set realistic goals. Don't try to build the next Facebook overnight. Start small. Maybe commit to 30 minutes of coding a day or complete one module of an online course each week and celebrate those small wins. Now, the million-dollar question, which language should you learn first? It's like choosing your starter Pokemon. Each one has its strengths and weaknesses. For beginners, I usually recommend Python or JavaScript. Python is known for being super readable. It's almost like plain English. It's used in everything from data science to web development. JavaScript is the king of the web. If you want to build interactive websites and web apps, JavaScript is your go-to. Think about what interests you. Do you love data and analytics? Python might be your jam. Are you a visual person who loves creating interactive experiences? JavaScript could be your calling. Don't worry too much about choosing the perfect language. The skills you learn in one language will often transfer to others. All right, let's talk tools. You don't need a fancy, super expensive setup to start coding. There are tons of free resources available. For learning platforms, I highly recommend Free Code Camp, Codecademy, Khan Academy, and EDX. These platforms also provide some great structured courses, often with interactive exercises. For more in-depth and sometimes paid courses, check out Udemy and Coursera. Do the free stuff first, and only pay if you find value. Time is more valuable after all. You'll also need a code editor. This is where you'll write your code. Visual Studio Code or VS Code is a fantastic free option that's used by tons of professional developers. And don't forget, Git. Git is a version control system that helps you track changes to your code. It's like a time machine for your projects. We'll cover Git in more detail in a later video, and most importantly, don't code alone. Join online communities like Stack Overflow, Reddit, check out subreddits like r/learnprogramming, and Discord servers. These are places where you can ask questions, get help, and connect with other coders. The coding community is incredibly supportive, so don't be afraid to reach out. So how do you actually start learning? It's all about building a solid foundation. Think of it like learning to bake. You wouldn't start with a fancy wedding cake, right? You'd start with cookies or maybe even just learn how to measure ingredients. In coding, that means learning the fundamentals: variables, data types, control structures, like if-else statements and loops, and functions. These are the building blocks of every programming language. Don't skip this part. It might seem boring at first, but it's essential. Once you've got the basics down, start practicing. Build small programs. Try coding challenges on sites like HackerRank or LeetCode. This is where the real learning happens, when you're actually applying what you've learned. Then gradually move on to more advanced topics like object-oriented programming, data structures, and algorithms. And start working on projects. Build a simple calculator, a to-do list app, a basic website, anything that interests you. This is how you build your skills and your portfolio. Learning to code is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when you feel frustrated, discouraged, or just plain stuck. That's totally normal. Here's how to stay motivated. Set a routine. Consistent practice is key, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Find a time that works for you and stick to it. Treat it like an important appointment, because it is. When you hit a roadblock, don't give up. Embrace the art of debugging. Google is your best friend. Seriously, every coder Googles things all the time. There's no shame in it. Learn how to ask good questions, use online resources, and break down complex problems into smaller, more manageable parts. If you're ready to start your coding adventure, let me know in the comments. What language are you going to learn first? What projects are you excited to build? And don't forget to subscribe and share this video with anyone who might be interested in coding. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.